This tutorial is for 3rd grade, Module 6, Lesson 8. In this lesson, we're going to continue working with line plots. I have a table here that's listing the width of silver maple tree leaves in inches. And I'm going to plot these inches on the line plot at the bottom of the screen. You'll notice the first number in my table is 5 3/4 inches, but my line plot only has my whole numbers marked. The fourths are marked in between the whole numbers though, so 5 3/4 would fall at this point. The first mark would be 5 1/4, then 5 2/4, 5 3/4 would be at this mark. So I put my X there and I'll check that off. The next box shows me 6 1/2 inches. Well, here's my 6 and here's my 7. 1/2 would be in between 6 and 7, right in the middle. So that point would go there. Mark that off. 6 1/4, well, each little section is 1/4. So 6 1/4 would be at this point. I'm going to continue marking each data point on the line plot and checking them off as I go. And here's my finished line plot. You can see this plot has more of a bell-shaped curve to it, so we have definitely some of the major measurements centered around that 6-inch mark. And now I just have a couple of questions to answer about the line plot. The first one says, how many more leaves were 6 inches wide than 6 1/2 inches wide? Well, obviously this point is my 6-inch mark, and here halfway between 6 and 7 would be my 6 1/2 inch mark. There were 8 leaves that were 6 inches, and we'll subtract the 4 that were 6 1/2 inches to show that there were 4 more leaves that were 6 inches compared to the leaves that were 6 1/2 inches wide. And the last question says, find the 3 most frequent measurements on the line plot. What does this tell you about the typical width of a silver maple tree leaf? So if I look at the size of my plots, well, we know that 6 inches is the most prevalent measurement, and then going to 6 1/4 inches, there are 6 leaves at that measurement, so that would be another most frequent measurement. And then if we look at right before the 6, this would be 5 3/4. That would be my 3rd most frequent measurement, and that tells me that our leaves are going to measure somewhere between 5 3/4 inches and 6 1/4 inches on a regular basis.